The Atlanta Braves are starting a new series in Colorado versus the Rockies. Here is your 10-minute scouting report for today's game. This is your Braves Today Scouting Report, a production of the Believe Podcast Network and presented to you by FanDuel. I'm Lindsey Crosby. In the next 10 minutes, we're breaking down everything you need to know before first pitch. Today, it's the Braves and the Tigers in the series, the Braves and the Rockies in the series opener. So let's get into it. Both teams have put out their lineups for the game. The Braves, despite Walt Weiss saying that Michael Harris II would be the designated hitter on this road trip, he is not in the lineup for the opener tonight in Colorado. It is a similar lineup what they do when they face a lefty. Ronald Acuna Jr. leading off, Drake Baldwin at designated hitter, followed by Ozzie Albies, the switch hitter, breaking up the lefty Baldwin and the lefty Matt Olson, who's batting cleanup. Mauricio Dubon is in center field, batting fifth. Eli White was in center field yesterday, so interesting little swap there. Austin Riley batting sixth at third base. He has been hitting like 300 against lefties this year. It's righties where you've seen the problems. Eli White batting seventh in left field. Catcher Jonah Heim, a switch hitter, batting eighth. And shortstop Jorge Mateo in the lineup batting ninth. Atlanta's starter in this one is Grant Holmes. What to know there for him? 3.62 ERA, 2-1 record. His expected ERA 4.08, his fielding independent pitching 4.90. The big concern here, 18.5% strikeout rate, 10.4% walk rate. An 8% spread in those two numbers is not necessarily great. There are only a grand total of 19 at-bats against Holmes on the Rockies roster, and the only hit of those 19 at-bats is from center fielder Brenton Doyle, and it is a home run. But when you look at the lineup for the Rockies, no Brenton Doyle in today's game. Edward Julian at second base, a lefty leads off, followed by lefty Mickey Moniak, one of two hitters in this lineup with more than 3 home runs, followed by catcher Hunter Goodman, who is a righty. So you got left, left, right. First baseman TJ Rumfeld, followed by right fielder Tyler Freeman and DH Troy Johnston. Batting seventh, playing third base is utility man Willie Castro, a switch hitter. Shortstop Ezekiel Tovar bats eighth. And then center fielder Jake McCarthy bats ninth. So it's left, left, right, left, switch right, left. They're trying to make this lineup pretty matchup proof when it comes to relievers and everything, but we do know that they will be aggressive at swapping out in platoon situations. So this is not going to be the final lineup that this game ends with, because they have some bench pieces that they will go to. Jordan Beck is a righty off the bench. Brenton Doyle is a righty off the bench. Brett Sullivan behind the plate. I'm sorry. Tyler Freeman, not Troy Freeman. That's on me. Opposing starter here is Jose Quintana, former lefty, 1-2, 4.91 ERA. What to know about Quintana is that 4.91 ERA is pretty much of an it represents an overperformance over his inputs. The expected ERA is a 5.35. The field and independent pitching's a 6.79. He has really struggled this year. He has one of the lowest strikeout rates in baseball at 11%, that second percentile. And his walk rate is higher than his strikeout rate. 13.4% is his walk rate. I said that an 8% spread between strikeout and walks for Grant Holmes wasn't necessarily great. Quintana's at negative 2.4%. He walks more than he strikes out. The only things on the StatCast card that he does well is he doesn't give up a ton of hard hit contact, and his average exit velo is somewhat low. And those things are obviously connected. But he also is very, very poor at keeping the ball on the ground. So when he does give up a hard hit ball, it's often a barrel. So entirely gettable is what I'm saying. He throws 5 pitches, 4-seam and a sinker. They both average 90 miles an hour this season. Changeup 85, curveball at 79, and a slurve at 80. He's throwing 2 breaking balls, and they're both variations of a curveball. It's really interesting. The way that he attacks hitters here is he's very evenly sequenced early against lefties. Right? It's 28% 4-seamer, 25% sinker, 23% slurve, 20% curveball. Very well sequenced between 50% fastballs, 50% breaking balls for the most part. There was like 4% changeup in there. When he gets ahead and with 2 strikes, as expected, he leans on the breaking ball a little bit more. 40% slurve usage when he gets when he's ahead, 35% when he gets to 2 strikes. When he's behind, it's the 4-seamer and the slurve is kind of what he's going to. I'm sorry, it's the sinker and the 4-seamer is what he's going to there. When you look at what he does against right-handers, a little bit of a trouble here today talking. When he gets to right-handers, and what you're looking at here is a lot of fastballs early, right? 4-seamer, 32% usage, sinker, 15% usage. Half of the time you're getting a fastball early. Changeup's the second most common pitch. And when he gets ahead in the count, he really ramps up that changeup usage. 42% usage. The slurve is its highest use is when he's ahead as well. The breaking ball to get the outs. That makes a lot of sense, right? When he's behind, 4-seam sinker. That's kind of standard. A lot of fastballs when they're behind. When he gets to 2 strikes, he's trying to put guys away with the changeup and the 4-seamer. It's not a very good 4-seamer, but he's trying to put guys away with those 2 pitches and a little bit of the slurve. The thing that you kind of really notice is he's not guaranteed to be in the zone against a lefty or a righty on the very first pitch. He actually throws more first pitch balls to lefties, and he's roughly even to righties. So this is not a situation like it was against Valdez or Skubal where it's almost an automatic strike to open the at-bat. You absolutely have to be you have to be reading pitches really well because he very well will throw you a ball to open the at-bat. What's really confusing and odd here is a lot of these Braves hitters have a lot of experience against Quintana, and none of them are really that good. Matt Olson, 27 at-bats, 222 with 1 homer. Austin Riley, 14 at-bats, hitting 214. Ronald Acuna Jr., 19 at-bats, 158 average. He does have a solo homer. But Ozzie Albies, 19 at-bats. He's hitting 474 with 3 homers and a 1553 OPS. So he's going to be my guy tonight. Watching for Ozzie Albies tonight to see what he does. When you look at these bullpens, Atlanta made some moves today. They called up Hunter Stratton. They called up Anthony Molina. You've got both of those guys available out of the pen, which is good because Tyler Kinley is likely going to be down. He threw 27 pitches last night. His 3-day workload is at 50 pitches. So Kinley's going to be down. Aaron Bummer can probably come back. He threw 12 pitches yesterday. But you now have since Martin Perez is still down and Jose Suarez is gone, you have length available between Molina and Stratton. You can get some length there. Ronaldo Lopez can hopefully give you some strength. Didier Fuentes hasn't thrown since Tuesday. If they're really just going to use him once in a series, then he's back on the table. We don't know what that usage would be. I still think it'd be better to throw him, a single inning twice in a series than throw him 2 innings once, but we'll see. Robert Suarez hasn't pitched since Sunday, but he has warmed up twice in the last week. They gave him Thursday off. He should be fully available, good to go, as well as Dylan Lee, which is good because, again, you're not going to have Kinley. You really need somebody to step up as a third leverage reliever tonight. Is it Lopez? Is it Fuentes? We'll see what happens. For the Rockies, Their bullpen's a little bit interesting, right? Some of their depth relievers, Jaden Hill, Zach Agnos, they haven't pitched in 4 or 5 days, so they're fully healthy and good to go. Braves legend Jimmy Herget and lefty Brennan Bernardino both threw 20 plus pitches on Wednesday, but they were off yesterday. They should be available as well. Closer Victor Vodnik, former Brave, actually, was traded by Atlanta, not like a free agent thing. They traded him over to Colorado. He was really good as the closer last year. He struggled this year. ERA, I think, is close to 7. He's likely down today. He threw 25 pitches yesterday. Antonio Senzatella is their best reliever by results and by stuff outside of Vodnik. Senzatella threw 16 pitches yesterday, but that's the first time he had worked in the last 5 days. So if Colorado gets to a save situation, they likely are calling on Senzatella to pitch. But honestly, this is kind of a rough situation for the bullpen to be in. So we'll see what they're able to do. Kind of some of the final thoughts here. I don't understand how the Braves have been so unsuccessful against Quintana in their careers, but this also is a worse version of Quintana than they've seen in the past. His velocity is down. He's not the same guy that he's been in recent seasons. So hopefully a bunch of them can get off the skid. Braves Today sponsor FanDuel has Atlanta as a 1.5 run favorite with an over-under of 10.5. So my hope is that they're able to handle this one pretty easily. You do have off of the bullpen, you might have Michael Harris. We don't know what the status is there, but you'll have plenty of options. Mike Yastrzemski, things like that. One thing to watch for in this one, though, is this is a massive outfield. So you've got Mauricio Dubon in center. You've got Eli White in left. There's a ton of ground to cover. Grant Holmes has not done a good job of keeping the walks down. And this is a ballpark where even like a ball in the gaps can be a triple. So it's going to be important. It feels like whoever wins tonight is going to be which starter cannot walk and then let those guys come back in, right? Like just if you hand out 4 walks tonight, I feel like you're going to end up giving up 3 or 4 runs simply because in Colorado, 1 base hit in the gap is going to clear the bases. So Holmes has been bad with the walks. Quintana's been awful with the walks. Whoever walks more guys could be the losing pitcher in this game. But we'll see what happens. That'll do it for the Braves Today Scouting Report. If you want the deeper analysis, the lineup breakdowns, and everything behind the numbers, make sure you're subscribed to Braves Today. Enjoy the game. We'll be back after it with the postcast over on Locked On Sports Atlanta and today's 3 things over at bravestoday.com.